still only under 300 pesos.
I did not know that that was a natural thing.
Yeah.
It's just blown up volcanic rock or something. And it's light, it's easy to carry, so it's not bad that way. This is my
perlite
cocaine.
in
I know
all
that's
types-
fertilizer.
Do you put perlite in soil no matter what the plant is?
Yes.
No matter what the plant is?
No matter what the dirt is.
Laura's. Up in Riberas, up by next to the old 7-Eleven.
Same place I got the pots. Same place
They
I got
have,
the pots.
Oh, yeah.
they're amazing.
Tiny garden center?
They also
It's a
have
tiny garden
center,
center, but she's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And gets soil amendments. And if you're just doing a couple
fertilizers.
small pots, she does sell bagged, like Miracle Grow, mixed peat mosses up, which is, I mean, it's expensive, but if you're just doing a couple small pots, it's easier then.
How deep is that? Like a foot?
No, well, you can go as
5
deep as you
inches?
want if you're trying to just fill up space.
Okay. Yeah. Otherwise it takes a lot of...
So then I put a couple inches of perlite. Oh, and you should be careful because I'm not
You
careful.
shouldn't breathe in.
The dust is bad. And
Wear your mask.
Don't breathe it in.
if you ever
do
took
what he
some and
did.
wetted it,
Yeah.
it's wonderful because it stays damp,
Yeah.
but it still always allows drainage.
Nice.
So it's like the
Friable.
perfect combination.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit deeper than I'd like for using stuff. I don't have anything else to put in. So as Susan was saying, the garden center right over here, the block away, she's one of the only ones that consistently has bagged compost. Not the shredded bark and the roots and the other stuff the other guys have that floats.
Yeah.
this
not
gal
good.
here.
Yeah.
Best,
This is the best
and
one.
she will deliver to me.
And she's very
on
nice.
this side of the street or the opposite side?
This side, one
Next
block.
to me over here.
Okay, right. Almost next door.
And she's got a nice selection of plants. She's very knowledgeable. And she's gone up in price, but
Yes.
everybody has.
Right
Yeah.
across the street from like the Super Alerta grocery store.
Okay.
The other two best garden centers are behind Super Lake,
Yes,
obviously.
I love
They're very well organized.
Yep.
The girls are very smart.
Yep, know their stuff.
And I give them a lot of credit because people come in and buy one pot and ask 50 questions.
Yeah.
And they just sit there and roll their eyes
And
And answer.
And answer.
and answer for the
Yeah.
most part. And then the other one that used to be next to Johan's,
Yes.
they moved. That's actually the same family as the guy in Cotopaxi.
Okay.
Where did they move
I just figured it out this morning. Went there a couple times.
Behind Sunrise.
Behind Sunrise Cafe.
Oh, okay.
really?
On the
Yeah.
side street. He has no sign there on the highway.
Yeah, of course not.
I told him you need a sign.
to? So you turned right before sunrise?
Before sunrise.
Okay.
And it's right there,
I
right
couldn't
behind
find it.
And it's...
And this is the compost from the place around the corner.
They're
And
so good.
it truly is compost.
It has some sticks and twigs in there.
Now you don't want to use,
Nothing grows on it.
you can't use it by itself because it becomes like a wet mess. So a couple inches, and you don't want to bother putting in peat moss down the bottom because the roots very seldom go there unless you're putting a tree in. The roots will never get there. So the bottom, I always tell people the top foot, 8 inches or foot, is the critical area.
Okay.
So up to here, all you want is whatever gives you a good combination for good drainage.
Okay.
Like I said, unless you're putting in a tree, that will eventually fill the whole pot. Or cannons.
And now perlite again. I've been doing this.
It's
long.
like a lasagna he's making.
Yeah.
He's laying.
Well, it's not, 'cause I'm not going to lay it, I'm mix it.
Now we're gonna
Then he,
mix
then
it.
he mixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't breathe.
Yeah. Yeah. Wear your mask.
Well, the solution to that is just put this in another pot and wet it down.
Yeah.
Right. But
Okay.
it's a little...
And every time when you're doing stuff, because I found that in every bag of soil I bought from anybody, is occasionally you'll find slugs.
Oh,
Or
okay.
snails or something, and look for them.
Yeah.
There's
you get 'em
one,
out?
there's a lot of them. Always, always, always.
Really?
So if I see them,
Slugs out of there.
no, there isn't any in there. I'm just saying I've never bought soil from anybody that has never been consistent.
So are you mixing all the way down to that first level?
The first layer of perlite I just want to leave alone.
You want to
Okay.
leave alone, okay.
Then I'm mixing the
I-
soil
that
and
I've
the
been doing
perlite.
wrong.
And kind of heavy, almost like 60-40 soil
Okay.
to perlite.
Okay.
What do you think about Hall? Jaal, Hall, the volcanic rock that they use? The old...
The red stuff?
No, it's white and it's real light.
It's
I
pumice.
mean, as a filler.
It's like pumice, yeah.
Yeah, because
But it's big pieces.
Once in a while, somebody wants me to put the red rock down,
Yeah.
and I'll buy a truckload, and then I'll use that for the filler
I
in the
see,
bottom.
okay. All right, so kind of,
And any kind of rock is good because it's rock's nutrients.
Yeah.
You don't think of it that way, but eventually
Minerals.
it
The
dissolves
drainage.
nutrients.
So I have never left that bottom layer of perlite alone. I've always mixed it off.
needs to drain.
So now I'm into the important layer. Oh, but back to if you see any slugs, that's when you want to sprinkle a little bit of diazinon in there.
Okay.
Unless they're edibles. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
We'll introduce our peat moss. Well, the top layer, the top foot, top 8 inches, 10 inches, I want to be like a third peat, a third perlite, and a third compost.
Now he's adding peat on top of it.
Wow.
Now, if
And
peat
you
gets
gotta
any more
mix that all
expensive,
together, too.
I think you'll be okay with the compost and the perlite.
Okay.
Do you? Now, isn't the peat moss a little acidic too? Does that matter?
No, it's not enough to.
You had all this good advice about slugs.
Uh-huh.
What do you do if you have snails?
Same thing.
Diazinon?
Yeah.
Okay. And I can get that in Herbaris as well.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
And you want they come spray or powder or pulverized. You want pulverized.
Okay.
And very little, like a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Anything that's creepy crawly.
Yeah.
Blau pumped or something. It's a German fertilizer, which sounds like why you're buying fertilizer from Germany. Because each little nodule it's thoroughly mixed. That's the difference.
Well, he said like a teaspoon, but still.
Semi.
I would rather
So
have, I'd rather have slugs.
Piece has the NP and K mixed in it, and it has a little magnesium. So occasionally I bought the big bags of like farm fertilizer, and it's not consistently mixed. There's a lot of sand in there. You don't know what you'll see areas of the bag that it looks like it's much more intense. So even though it's half the price, I've gone back to this.
Well, I bought a big bag of that. Big bag.
Yeah, it's 25 kilos. It's up to 80.
And
Don't let it get wet.
Generally throw out in my garden as fertilizer, or is that a bad idea?
And anything flowery.
Flowers,
If it's trees or grass, use the cheaper stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's for flowers.
Also, maybe over here, that
Yeah,
this
he has it.
green thumb.
Yeah. Just buy a small thing because you dilute it 1 to 20. And just one of those little, well, I'm sorry, if you buy the powder, and you just sprinkle it on. Very lightly. That's the powder.
So I can spray that though. I can mix it with water and spray it in a.
If you have the plants already growing and the worms.